So there are two ways you can travel with your pups. The risky way, which is all this, or the safe and simple way, which is everything right here. Stick around and I'm gonna show you how you can make a pack just like this for your pups for your next trip that'll ensure that they are safe, they have everything they need, and you don't have to stress about it. I'm gonna explain how I made this setup so you can make your travels with your pup much safer and easier going forward. Our pups eat soft and dry food, as many of you know. We also mix in supplements through various meals. This container holds all of that, plus their bowls, plus snacks, and water bowl. Everything they need right here. Now there are several obvious benefits to this setup, space being one of them. Space is a premium when you're traveling, but the biggest one is making sure you don't forget anything. The worst thing that you would want to encounter is having to try to scramble to find some food while traveling. Many people already know this, but if you suddenly adjust their diet, they're going to have stomach issues. It's not going to be pleasant. It's not going to hurt them or anything, but it's not going to make your trip pleasant for them or you. So you don't want to have to be rushing around trying to find something that you forgot. And then especially with supplements, even on the off chance that you could find them, they typically only sell those in month supply, so you'd end up having to buy a lot when really you may only need it for a day or two. Now, depending on the diet that you feed your pup, whether it's different food or all soft or all hard food or raw diet or something like that, you can tweak this. I'm going to include everything you see here in the links below. There's a link to our Amazon store link. If you click it, it'll take you to everything we use, but there will be a section specifically for traveling with food. I will put all of this in there. Like I said, you may need to tweak the sizes a bit or something depending on how their diet is, but overall, I think this will work for most people, or most pups, I should say. So let's get into it. First, we have the large container. Now this container is airtight, which has a couple benefits. One, if you forget to seal something, it's a backup seal to keep all the food fresh. Two, airtight means generally that the smells won't come out. So if you're in a tight space, like traveling in a car, in a vehicle, you don't have to sit there and smell food. Or if you're camping, obviously you don't want to be attracting food or attracting animals. Now this is the 32 quart size, which I think is perfect for one pup, probably for up to a week. You could even do two pups for probably like a weekend getaway. Now I do have a larger one. Currently have towels in it, but this is an 80 quart version. I could do both pups all week with this. All right, so let's open it up and take a look. Bowls, obviously. Water bowl, love this water bowl. It minimizes spills. Favorite thing ever. I would get this even if you're not traveling. We have these in our house. I love these things. Especially helpful if you are traveling. Obviously, some places may have carpet. You don't want your pup to be spilling over the floor. Perfect for that. All right, so let's talk about the dry food. Ziploc bags. Now these are actually reusable Ziploc bags. I don't like to waste things. I don't like burning through plastic and just adding to that. So I like reusable things like this. The one thing I will say is these are not dishwasher safe, so you'd have to hand wash these, which is kind of annoying. I haven't found one yet that is dishwasher safe that I like, but I am going to look for one. And if I find one, I will replace the link. But in the meantime, I think it's a pretty small price to pay to have to hand wash them. What I will say is if you do have a dishwasher in your house and you hand wash these, which you're supposed to, a little tip I do is I flip them upside down, put them in the dishwasher, and just let them air dry in there. That way the moisture inside, because you can't, like, if you just lay them there, the moisture won't get out. So you definitely got to do that to dry them. Now you'll notice the kit includes two different sizes, which is perfect because I give them different amounts of food for breakfast and dinner than I do for their lunch and midday meal. So breakfast and dinner have the larger amounts, and then I even label them because I technically feed Enzo and Lotus slightly different amounts. Also, so I have an E for Enzo, and then I have a B for breakfast because this has the Dasaquin in it. The Dasaquin is their joint supplement that we give them every day. I always give it to them with breakfast. It doesn't need to be kept cold or anything like that. So I just throw it in with the breakfast as I'm packing up. What's also nice about these, they're also airtight, so it's going to minimize any type of smell leakage or anything like that. And if you're going on a trip to where maybe you're going to be hiking or camping or something and you're going to be gone from the site for a while and you just need like to take a lunch, you can just grab a lunch out of there and you don't have to like take everything. This is also a good time to mention that Make sure you give them at least 30 minutes before and after eating, before you start hiking or exercising or anything like that. Before they eat, they shouldn't be panting or anything. They should be calm. And then at least 30 minutes after they eat before you break camp and move on. So we also, with breakfast and dinner, we mix soft food. And this is where the little lunchbox comes in. I mix soft food with their breakfast and dinner. So as I mentioned, I give them desiccant with breakfast. I also give them fish oil with breakfast, and I give it to them with dinner as well. I mix in soft food when I do that. So what I have here is little jars, each one measured out per meal, per pup. So they're color coded if you want. You can do the same thing. I give them the same amount of soft food, so I don't label these or anything. They're just broken up by meals. Each one is a meal, so this is basically 3 days worth. If you do give different amounts, you can do the same scenario where you just use a Sharpie, or I think these actually even came with reusable labels. I didn't use them, but you could even do it like that. The desiccant, or not the desiccant, the fish oil, you don't want to mix that I don't think that would do well. So I like to keep that separate. So what I use for that is a little eyedropper. These are food grade, so they are food safe. They're glass, as are these, by the way. And these have little eyedroppers. And basically I keep a day's supply per pup in here. Like on a 3-day trip, I only have 2 of them in here right now, but on a 3-day trip, I would have 6 of these essentially, 1 a day for each pup. And I would just split it, because it doesn't really matter if they get it all at once or partly in one meal, part in the other. I just do that, so I know this is a full day's amount for each of them. Lotus technically gets a little bit less, so again, the Sharpie permanent marker, you can label them. If you're gonna be traveling for a long time, you're either gonna need to put this in a cooler. If it's gonna be like a day's drive or something, this may not last depending on how good your ice pack is. And then obviously wherever you go, you just put this whole thing in the fridge. Now, in addition to the food bags, I also set aside one for training treats, just soft training treats. These are their long-term favorite. These are good for just anything. I mean, if you just wanna give them a reward, if you wanna work on some training, whatever it may be. So some final thoughts. It's been a while since we traveled with Enzo, and we haven't traveled with both of them yet. It's something that we've been loosely talking about. I'd like to do it here soon. So when the idea for this video came up, which by the way, I think it was Lisa that kind of inspired this idea, I started looking on Amazon for different products, and originally I was just going to put them on the screen and say this is what I would get. But I was like, this is such a weird thing that I really want to get the products here and try them out, and I'm glad I did. Most of the products I ordered worked, and if we were going to take a trip today, this is how I would do it. Other than, like I said, I have the larger container if we're going to go for a longer trip. I'm huge on reusability, like I mentioned. That's why I like all this. Obviously, you could just use Ziploc bags. It's just a lot of waste. So I don't like that. But as I mentioned, if I can find some dishwasher safe ones, I will get those and swap these out. But if I can't, I'm good with these. Otherwise, appreciate you guys as always. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. This might be one of the first videos. Hey, buddy. I was about to say, well, I don't think you guys have seen the pups. Hi, buddy. Say hi. Oh, you got the head tilts? Yeah, you got them head tilts. I know. You got anything to add? Oh, bigger bag for treats, more treats. Oh, here comes you gotta be the star. Oh, that smell good. Appreciate you guys as always. As I mentioned, links for everything below, and we'll see you on the next video. Say bye. Say bye. Say bye. Say bye. Wow, you just really want that, don't you? Yeah, I know it. You didn't really give me any outtakes on this video. What's up with that?